If you're over 70, dealing with chronic pain, or facing mobility challenges, you know how tough cleaning can be. Simple tasks like bending down to pick something up or scrubbing the kitchen counter can feel overwhelming, not to mention the fear of straining yourself or even falling. Did you know that over 30% of seniors report pain or discomfort while doing everyday chores? And as we age, it only gets harder. The risk of overexertion and injury increases, and what used to be a normal part of life starts feeling like a battle. But here's the good news: you don't have to choose between a clean home and your well-being. In this video, I'll show you 5 easy and effective cleaning hacks that will not only save you time and energy but also keep you safe from injury. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new way of looking at cleaning, one that's smarter, easier, and much less stressful. So stick around, and let's solve this problem together. And remember, if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring more valuable content your way. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Make the bed while you're still in it. Narrator's calm, warm, and expert voice, documentary tone begins. Let me share something with you that might just change the way you start your day, especially if mornings are already a bit tough on the body. It's a simple yet clever little trick I've taught many over the years, and it starts with this: make the bed while you're still in it. Now, I know what you might be thinking: is that even possible? Yes, it is. And not only is it possible, it's smart. As we grow older, some of the simplest routines can start to feel like an uphill climb. Making the bed, for instance, might seem like a small chore, but for many people over the age of 70, it becomes an unnecessary strain. The problem starts when you try to do it the traditional way, walking around the bed, bending over to smooth the sheets, lifting the heavy covers, tucking corners, and fluffing pillows. If you've got arthritis in your hands or knees, a stiff back, or you're living with chronic fatigue or balance issues, that quick morning tidy can suddenly feel like a full workout. And it's not just tiring, it can be dangerous. Every year, countless older adults slip, lose balance, or pull a muscle doing everyday tasks. Something as routine as bending over to tuck in a sheet can lead to a fall. And beyond the physical risks, the emotional toll can creep in too. That feeling of frustration or helplessness: why can't I do this anymore? It weighs heavy on the spirit. But here's where the hack comes in. If you shift your mindset and do this one small thing differently, you can stay ahead of the problem and preserve your energy and dignity. Instead of waiting until you're up and out of bed to start making it, do most of the work while you're still lying down or sitting up against your pillows. As you wake up, gently pull the sheets and blankets up to your chest, straighten them with your hands, and smooth them out with your feet. Then, slowly sit up, adjust your pillows behind you, and pull the cover neatly to the sides. You can even reach around and give it a gentle tug to square things up. No walking around, no bending, no lifting. You're already there, so let your bed work with you, not against you. Let me paint you a little picture. Mrs. Joyce is 74. She lives alone, still very independent, but arthritis in her knees has made walking around the bed each morning quite painful. A while ago, she started using this hack. Now, before she even sets her feet on the floor, she's already pulled the sheets into place, straightened the pillows behind her, and used her feet to smooth the lower covers. When she stands up, the bed is already neat. She gives it one last pat, and off she goes to start her day, with energy, pride, and no added pain. Then there's Mr. Peter, 82. A proud man, always kept a tidy home, but lately he's been struggling. He insists on making his bed the old-fashioned way. He walks all around it, bending over, lifting covers, straining to tuck in the corners. Last week, he nearly lost his balance reaching for the edge of the blanket. That close call shook him. He's also been feeling more tired in the mornings, not realizing that those 5 extra minutes of strain are wearing him out before the day even begins. The difference between them? One small change. Mr. Peter doesn't need to stop making his bed, he just needs to change how he does it. He can sit up, take a breath, and try doing it the way Mrs. Joyce does, right there, in bed. He'll still have the satisfaction of a tidy room, but without the risk or the wear and tear on his body. Here's what I always say, staying independent isn't about doing everything the way you used to. It's about doing it smarter. As we age, our bodies speak to us, and it's wise to listen. Small adjustments, like this one, can preserve your strength for the things you truly love. So tomorrow morning, before your feet hit the floor, try it. Tuck your covers while you're still tucked in. Make your bed before you even leave it. It's not lazy, it's brilliant. And remember, you're not alone. Aging doesn't mean you stop living fully, it means you learn how to live more wisely. That's how we stay strong, stay safe, and stay ourselves. Number 2. Wash dishes right after eating. If you've ever felt the weight of a sink full of dishes staring back at you after a meal, you're not alone. But here's the thing, washing dishes right after eating isn't just about cleanliness, it's a smart habit that can make your life easier, safer, and even a little bit brighter. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that's too much work. But trust me, this little change can save you a lot more trouble than you might realize. Let's start with why this task can be difficult, especially as we age. When you're living with arthritis, back pain, or other physical challenges, standing at the sink or bending over the counter can quickly become a struggle. You might feel the ache in your joints as soon as you try to lift a dish, or perhaps you feel weak after the meal, not wanting to do anything but rest. The last thing you want is to face a pile of dishes that seem to grow higher with every glance. And it's not just about discomfort, leaving dishes to sit there brings with it a series of challenges. You know the feeling when those dishes start to harden, and you find yourself scrubbing away more than you bargained for. The water gets dirty, your muscles tire, and suddenly, the task feels impossible. And let's not forget the emotional toll. The frustration, the stress of looking at a messy kitchen, the nagging thought that you're losing control. That can be a lot to carry, both physically and mentally. Now, let me share the solution with you, the lazy but brilliant hack, wash dishes right after eating. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. You see, cleaning right after eating doesn't give food the chance to stick or harden, making the job much lighter and easier. You don't have to stand there for hours scrubbing, you can even sit down while doing it. Imagine this, you've just enjoyed your meal, and instead of letting the dishes pile up, you take a moment to clean. Maybe you sit down at the table with a small towel or cloth to dry the dishes, or you wash them right away while seated. You could use a grabber to bring them closer if your mobility isn't what it used to be, and that way, you're not straining your back or shoulders. It's the simple act of tackling it while it's still fresh, and it's a game changer. Now, picture two people, Mrs. Joyce, 74 years old, and Mr. Peter, 82. Mrs. Joyce has adopted the habit of washing her dishes right after eating. She doesn't waste time letting them sit. As soon as the meal's over, she rinses and cleans the dishes. She doesn't rush, taking small breaks if she needs, but she does it. Over time, Mrs. Joyce finds her kitchen staying cleaner, and more importantly, she's not dealing with the stress of a growing pile. Her muscles stay limber because she's doing light tasks consistently, and she feels a sense of control over her space. Washing dishes is no longer a dreaded chore, it's just a part of the day that's handled, without much fuss. Now, contrast that with Mr. Peter. He doesn't wash his dishes immediately after eating. Instead, he leaves them for later, thinking he'll tackle them when he feels better. But over the course of the day, the dishes sit, and the next time he tries to clean, they've hardened, making it harder to scrub. He finds himself leaning over the sink, straining his back and shoulders. The once simple task now takes longer, and it becomes more exhausting. Mr. Peter starts to feel defeated. He's left with a kitchen that feels out of control and his energy completely drained. This is the kind of situation we want to avoid, the kind that takes away not just your energy but also your independence. So, what can Mr. Peter do? It's simple, just start cleaning right after meals. He doesn't have to stand for long. He can use a comfortable chair, a simple dish rack, or a small stool. The goal is to keep the task manageable. He could even use the time to rest while he works, making it feel less like a chore and more like an easy routine. Let me reassure you, this isn't about doing more or pushing yourself to the limit. It's about making the task easier, smarter, and safer. When you wash your dishes right away, you're not just cleaning your plates, you're cleaning up your routine, your space, and your peace of mind. So, don't let that sink full of dishes weigh you down. Take a moment after your meal, clean up a little bit, and feel the relief that follows. At the end of the day, it's all about finding ways to stay safe, stay independent, and make life just a bit simpler. You don't have to do everything in one go, but little habits like this one can make a big difference. So go ahead, try it out. You've got this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring more valuable content your way. Number 3. Invest in a long-handled duster or Swiffer. Cleaning your home can sometimes feel like an overwhelming task, especially as we get older or when we're dealing with physical challenges. One cleaning tool that can truly make a world of difference for you is a long-handled duster or Swiffer. These tools are incredibly easy to use and can save you from unnecessary strain. If you're someone who finds it difficult to bend down or reach high places, this is a game changer. Now, let's think about the common problems you might face while cleaning. If you suffer from arthritis, back pain, or limited mobility, reaching for high shelves or dusting those hard-to-reach corners can be painful. Even just bending over to wipe a baseboard can leave you feeling exhausted. You might feel frustrated with the constant need to move around, trying to clean areas that just seem out of reach. Every time you attempt to dust or clean, your back might ache, your joints may stiffen, or you might even feel a little dizzy trying to balance yourself. And it's not just about the physical pain. If we don't find an easier way to clean, it can start to affect our confidence and sense of independence. The last thing you want is to risk a fall or get frustrated trying to complete a task that shouldn't feel like a burden. Cleaning should never feel like a challenge. It should be something that keeps your space comfortable, not something that causes you harm or makes you feel overwhelmed. Now, imagine this: you invest in a long-handled duster or Swiffer. These tools allow you to reach high shelves, ceiling fans, and even the tops of cabinets while remaining seated or standing comfortably. You don't need to bend over or stretch, and your cleaning time is cut down significantly because you can clean every nook and cranny without moving from one spot to the next. It's a simple yet effective way to tackle cleaning without causing any pain or risk. Let's take a look at two different scenarios: Mrs. Joyce, who is 74 years old, and Mr. Peter, who is 82. Mrs. Joyce decided to invest in a long-handled duster. Every week, she sits comfortably in her favorite chair, using the duster to clean the shelves, the top of her cabinets, and even those hard-to-reach areas behind her couch. She no longer has to worry about overexerting herself or dealing with the painful after-effects of cleaning. Her home is always tidy, and she feels good about maintaining it without putting unnecessary strain on her body. She is able to enjoy the process without feeling like it's an exhausting task. It's all about doing it smart, not hard. Now, let's look at Mr. Peter. At 82, he still insists on cleaning the old-fashioned way, without the help of a long-handled duster. Every week, he climbs on a small step stool to reach the top shelves. Each time he bends down, his knees hurt, and by the time he's finished, he's completely drained. He's noticed he's getting dizzy more often and feeling more tired than usual. Cleaning has become something he dreads, and at times, he even skips certain areas, feeling like it's just too much to handle. The risks are clear: he's putting himself at risk of falling, and his cleaning isn't as thorough as it could be. Now, imagine if Mr. Peter took the simple step of using a long-handled duster. He wouldn't need to climb up and down, risking falls. He could sit comfortably and reach every corner of his home with ease. The physical toll on his body would decrease, and his home would remain clean without the exhaustion. It's a small change that could make a huge difference in his daily life. The moral of this story is clear. You don't have to do more, but you can certainly do smarter. Investing in a long-handled duster or Swiffer isn't just about convenience, it's about keeping you safe, comfortable, and independent. So, if you haven't already, consider adding one of these tools to your home. You'll be amazed at how such a simple hack can change your cleaning routine for the better. Clean smart, live well, and enjoy your home for years to come. Number 4. use a grabber tool for picking up things. As we get older, some of the simplest tasks can start to feel like big challenges. One task that many of us struggle with is bending down to pick things up. Whether it's a dropped pair of glasses, a tissue that fell from the couch, or your favorite pen that's rolled under the table, it can become frustrating when those little spills and accidents happen, especially when your body isn't as agile as it once was. You might find that bending down is hard on your knees, back, or hips. Maybe you have arthritis, and the pain in your hands or wrists makes it tough to grab something off the floor. Or, perhaps, you simply don't have the energy to get down and back up again. The truth is, this happens to all of us at some point. And while you may have tried to push through it, there are dangers in doing so, especially as we age. Not using the right tools can lead to serious risks. Trying to bend or stretch in ways that your body isn't able to anymore can cause strain, leading to falls, back pain, or even worse, a broken bone. You could hurt yourself trying to reach something you dropped, and that's not just dangerous, it's unnecessary. The emotional toll can be just as heavy. You might feel frustrated or defeated when simple tasks become difficult, or even overwhelmed when you have to ask for help all the time. We want to keep our independence for as long as possible, but it's hard when the little tasks start to pile up. So, what can you do about this? Here's a simple and incredibly helpful solution: use a grabber tool for picking up things. This tool is one of the easiest and most effective ways to help you avoid bending, stretching, or straining. It's a lightweight, easy-to-use device that can help you pick up items from the floor, shelves, or anywhere that's out of your reach, all without you having to move from your seat. The grabber is especially handy if you're sitting on the couch, in a chair, or even lying in bed. All you need to do is grip the handle and use the extended arm to pick up whatever you need. It's a small, simple tool, but it can make a huge difference in your daily routine. Let's take a look at two people, Mrs. Joyce and Mr. Peter, both in their 70s, dealing with the same issue. They both drop things from time to time and struggle with bending over. Mrs. Joyce, age 74, has arthritis in her knees, and bending down has become something she tries to avoid. She's been using a grabber tool for a few months now. When she drops something, she picks it up with ease from her chair or from the couch without needing to strain or get up. It's a quick motion, and it keeps her pain-free. She can continue her activities without the fear of falling or feeling frustrated. It's allowed her to keep her independence and maintain her daily routine with confidence. Now, Mr. Peter, age 82, doesn't use a grabber tool. He's had a few falls in the past, trying to reach down for things, but he's stubborn. He doesn't want to rely on a tool. So when he drops something, he still tries to pick it up by bending over or stretching to reach it. Last week, he lost his balance and twisted his ankle while bending to pick up a paper. He's spent days recovering, feeling weak and a little shaken up. If only he had used the grabber tool, he wouldn't have had to deal with this painful setback. The difference in their outcomes is clear. Mrs. Joyce is able to live comfortably, managing her daily tasks without risk. But Mr. Peter, by not using the grabber, is putting himself in danger and causing more stress on his body than is necessary. All he needs to do is embrace the grabber tool, and he could avoid these accidents and continue to live independently and safely. So, if you've been struggling with this, don't let your pride get in the way. It's not about doing more, it's about doing smarter. You don't need to push your body beyond its limits. By using a simple tool like the grabber, you're not just making life easier, you're protecting yourself from harm, keeping your independence, and avoiding the stress of constantly having to ask for help. Take it from someone who has been there: stay safe, stay smart, and use the tools that help you keep your life running smoothly. It's just one small step, but it can make a world of difference. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring more valuable content your way. Number 5. Keep a catch-all basket. As we age, it's easy to feel like the simple tasks in our day-to-day life become bigger challenges. Whether it's picking up items from the floor, moving around the house, or keeping everything in its place, those small things can quickly add up, leaving us feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and sometimes even unsafe. One of the simplest yet most brilliant cleaning hacks I've discovered over the years is keeping a catch-all basket handy. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's nothing complicated. It's just a basket, box, or container that you can use to gather all the little things that accumulate throughout your home, things that don't have a proper place, or that you might not be able to put away at the moment. It's about keeping things contained until you're ready to deal with them. You see, there's a reason why this simple hack works so well. For many of us, especially if we're dealing with things like back pain, arthritis, or limited mobility, bending down and picking up things off the floor can be a real strain. And, frankly, it's just exhausting to go around the house putting things back in their right places. It can be frustrating, too, when items pile up and you're not physically up to tidying them away. The clutter starts to build up, and before you know it, you're surrounded by more things than you can comfortably manage. But here's the thing, not using a catch-all basket can lead to bigger problems. Items left out can get in the way, creating tripping hazards that can lead to slips or falls, which we know are particularly dangerous as we age. There's the danger of overexertion, too, when we force ourselves to bend and stretch or try to move heavy items around, which can worsen pain or lead to an injury. Not to mention the emotional toll. Looking at a cluttered home can make you feel anxious, overwhelmed, and even a bit depressed. It's a lot to keep up with when you're already dealing with so many other challenges. Now, let's talk about how this little basket can make all the difference. The beauty of this hack is how easy it is to implement. All you need is a sturdy basket, maybe one with handles so it's easy to carry around, and you place it in a central location in each room where clutter tends to build up. As you move through your house, if you see something out of place, an empty coffee mug, a book, a piece of paper, simply drop it into the basket. That's it. You're not bending down, not overexerting yourself, just keeping things together until you're ready to handle them. For example, let's think of Mrs. Joyce, age 74. She's been dealing with a little arthritis in her knees, so bending down to pick things up off the floor or running around trying to put things away has become a real strain for her. But, since she started using a catch-all basket, things have changed. As she moves from one room to another, she places anything that doesn't belong into her basket. At the end of the day, when she's ready, she sits down with her basket by her side, takes her time, and puts everything back where it belongs. She's no longer rushing around, getting tired or frustrated. The basket has made a huge difference in how she feels at the end of the day, both physically and emotionally. Now, let's look at Mr. Peter, age 82. He hasn't yet adopted this little hack. Instead, he still tries to keep everything in order by walking around, bending down, and attempting to pick up things as they accumulate. The problem is, his back pain makes it difficult to bend down, and sometimes he even forgets where things go, leading to more frustration. The other day, he tripped over a stack of magazines he'd left on the floor, and it caused him to fall. Fortunately, he wasn't hurt, but it served as a reminder of just how important it is to find smarter ways to clean and maintain a safe living environment. Mr. Peter has seen the difference this basket has made in Mrs. Joyce's life, and he's decided to try it. He places a catch-all basket in his living room and kitchen now. Instead of worrying about cleaning every little thing right away, he picks up what he can and places it in the basket. It gives him peace of mind knowing things are still under control, and it saves him the strain of bending down repeatedly or struggling with tasks that are too physically demanding. You see, it's not about doing more, it's about doing less, but smarter. A simple basket, a few minutes of your time, and a little organization can reduce the physical strain and emotional burden that comes with cleaning and tidying up. It's a practical solution that fits into everyday life, and it helps you feel more in control, more independent, and more comfortable in your own home. So, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by the clutter, or if you're struggling with cleaning tasks that take more energy than you have, try this simple hack. Get yourself a basket, and start using it. You might just be surprised at how much easier your days can become. As we wrap up today's video, I hope you're feeling a little lighter knowing that cleaning doesn't have to be a painful or overwhelming task. Whether it's sitting while you clean, using long-handled tools, or simply organizing smarter, these 5 lazy but brilliant cleaning hacks are designed to help you keep your home tidy without putting yourself at risk. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing it smarter and staying safe, and I'm sure these tips will make a world of difference in your daily routine. I know how tough it can be when pain, mobility issues, or fatigue get in the way of the things we need to do, but with the right strategies, you can maintain your independence and your peace of mind. If you found these tips helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps me continue bringing valuable content like this your way, so together, we can make life just a little bit easier. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself, your well-being matters most.